Corrupt cops planted evidence in my car until they realized I was the FBI director conducting the sting operation that would destroy them. Detective Harper spotted my rental car outside the Riverside Motel at midnight, assuming he'd found another dealer operating without paying his protection fees. I'd been undercover for 6 months documenting police corruption, posing as small-time buyer Mike Chen to expose how dirty cops protected criminals who paid tributes. What do we have here? Harper announced to his partner Santos while approaching with flashlights. Another piece of shit dealer thinks he can operate in our territory without the tax. His confidence came from years of shaking down real criminals for monthly payments. When they ordered me out with hands visible, I complied while maintaining my nervous buyer persona. I'm just visiting a friend. Officers, I said with calculated fear. Harper wasn't buying the story, his predatory instincts already calculating how much money he could extract from this encounter. Harper's shakedown began immediately as he searched for drugs or cash he could confiscate for profit. Save the bullshit for someone stupid, he snarled while Santos blocked dashboard camera angles they'd learned to avoid. We know what you're doing at this shithole motel. Pay us what you owe or explain yourself to a judge who hates drug dealers. His extortion demands were refined from countless similar encounters with specific fee structures for different criminal activities he'd allow to continue. The monthly tribute system meant dealers paid him directly to operate without interference, while those who refused faced planted evidence. When I claimed to have no drugs or cash, Harper's expression shifted to predatory satisfaction. Santos, we got another lying scumbag who thinks he's smarter than experienced officers, he announced while his partner prepared their evidence kit. The corruption network Harper had built included connections with judges and prosecutors who could be bought for the right price. The evidence planting became theatrical as Harper pulled a baggie of cocaine from his jacket, part of his supply for framing uncooperative suspects. Santos, I'm discovering controlled substances in this vehicle, he announced in mock official voice while they laughed at their rehearsed routine. Looks like our friend was planning to distribute to minors, which carries serious federal penalties. Santos joined the performance by finding additional paraphernalia they'd planted during the search. Detective Harper, suspect also has scales and baggies consistent with intent to distribute, Santos declared while arranging evidence for photographs. Their coordination was seamless from years of practice, with Harper sealing the cocaine in an official evidence bag while Santos documented everything with strategically angled photos. This amount is enough for 5 to 7 years federal time, Harper declared while waving the evidence. Unless you want to discuss making this disappear for the right consideration. The extortion negotiation revealed their sophisticated pricing structure, with Harper explaining how 5,000 made evidence disappear while 10,000 bought 6 months of protection. Everything changed when my phone rang displaying Director Williams, FBI, in letters both officers couldn't miss. Sir, the corruption task force is ready for tomorrow's raids, the voice said through speaker. 17 officers identified for arrest based on your undercover recordings. Harper's face went white as he processed what he was hearing, looking from my phone to Santos with growing horror. Director Williams, should we proceed with warrants for Detective Harper and Officer Santos? The voice continued while Santos dropped the evidence bag, hands trembling. We also have authorization to seize their accounts and properties purchased with bribes, my assistant added. The realization destroyed both officers as they understood their criminal enterprise had been documented by federal investigators. We had no idea who you were, Harper stammered while trying to retrieve the cocaine. This is a misunderstanding, sir. We were investigating suspicious activity. Their damage control included claims the planted evidence was discovered during legitimate search, with Santos deleting photos while explaining their evidence planting was part of an undocumented undercover operation. The aftermath was swift and federal. Harper and Santos faced immediate charges for evidence planting, extortion, civil rights violations, and racketeering. The wire recordings created an airtight case resulting in 20-year sentences. 15 other corrupt officers were arrested within 48 hours, along with their entire protection network. Harper's racket collapsed overnight, leading to seizure of over $2 million in bribe money. The cops who thought they were framing another dealer had ensured 2 decades in federal prison, where former officers faced daily threats from inmates whose lives they destroyed through planted evidence.